Nowadays, as we have the smartphone, we can record ourselves. You can pick one simple topic and you can prepare as well, and just keep the mobile in front of you and speak. In this way, after recording the at least for 2 to 3 minutes, maximum 5 minutes, you don't need to record for a long period of time. Then you can evaluate that how did you speak. You can do one thing. At first, you can mute yourself that video and just observe how was your facial expression. Did you talk like a robot? Were you using your hand gestures, facial expression? And then again, you can unmute. Don't focus on. You can just keep the mobile opposite way and just listen to it.
Ma'am. So, ma'am, we are meeting for the first time, so I would love to know about yourself. So, can you please introduce about yourself? Yeah.
Sure, sure. Why not? So, as you already know, my name is Mohsina and I hail from Assam. Moreover, I am a homemaker, mother to two kids. On top of that, as you already know, I run my YouTube channel by the name English with Mohsina. Apart from that, I guide some spoken English learners. It's been 1 year or more than 1 year I have been guiding. In my free time, I love to watch these days, especially watching English content, talking to different people, spending time with my children, and at times we go for outing. So this is all about me in a nutshell.
Wow, it's an interesting intro that you have given. Thank you so much for this beautiful introduction. So, ma'am, would you like
Thank you.
I give also introduction of myself?
Yes, I
If
would
you
like
want, I
to
give
know
introduction of
about you
myself.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So, ma'am, my name is Deepali and I'm from Maharashtra. And I have completed my
Okay,
post graduation in commerce. I love spending time in nature. I am a nature lover and I love
great.
reading books, listening to podcasts, and as well as I love traveling as well. But
Okay,
I am offering online sessions and helping people
okay.
to build their confidence and fluency. Yeah, that is all about me. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful from hearing from you.
Yeah.
And that's a great that you have the good hobbies, I can say, like reading books. It's a one kind of good hobbies as
Yeah.
well as traveling. So how many places have you traveled so far in India?
Yeah, I love traveling. I am enthusiastic about traveling. I haven't visited
Hmm.
abroad, but within India, yes, it's in Maharashtra. I have visited Aurangabad, Eastern Bibika Maqbara, and Ajanta Vedura
Okay.
caves, and Shani Singapore, and some
Mhm.
spiritual places in Maharashtra. And recently, I
Okay.
have visited Pandharpur, Dehu Anandi,
Okay.
and
Okay.
all these spiritual places. So I was spending my time with my family, and I was having a good
Hmm.
time with my family. Yeah. So I have
That's
some
great.
plans to visit other state of our country as well. But now let's see.
Okay.
Or
So
if
what are the places are there in your bucket list?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you for this beautiful question. I want to visit first of Maharashtra. It's like Maharashtra Darshan. And once I complete
Okay.
Maharashtra Darshan, then I want to visit North India,
Okay.
Kulu, Manali, and Dalhousie,
Mm,
and all these coolest place
okay.
in our country. There is
Hilly
South
hilly
India.
stations. Mm-hmm.
Hill stations. I
You
love
want
mountains a lot. Yeah.
yeah, so do I.
Yes. So, ma'am, do you like mountains? Do you love traveling?
I also like to traveling, but I don't get that much opportunity to travel. But I have visited Delhi and Chennai as well, and Agra, Taj Mahal. I went there to see,
Oh my
and
God, Viveka
Uttar
Makbara.
Pradesh as well. Mm-hmm.
Wow, Uttar Pradesh, right? Ma'am, have you ever heard about Bibika Makbara? It is in Aurangabad. So it's a reflection
Aurangabad.
of Taj Mahal. I
Okay,
haven't seen Taj Mahal yet, but those who have
okay,
visited Taj Mahal, they
mm.
mentioned that like Bibika Makbara is a reflection of Taj Mahal. So I don't have any
Okay.
idea.
I didn't go there, but I visited Taj Mahal. It was actually the weather was scorching, so that is why from Agra to we moved to Delhi quickly. But the weather was pleasant in Delhi. So
Yeah.
there we visited Red Fort, Lotus Temple, then Jama Masjid that is famous in
Mhm.
India. We
Yeah.
visited there as well. So
Yeah.
it was pleasant weather in Delhi, but in Agra the weather was so scorching. So that is why we just visited Taj Mahal and we moved from there.
Yeah, and ma'am, like, how was your experience while visiting Agra? Because it's a dream of lots of people to visit. They just go there and spend some time with their family. So, how
It
was the
was
experience there?
It was mesmerizing, apart from the weather. Weather was not convenient, as I told you. And at that time, I started learning this language in 2022. So I had that dream as well that I know that I am going to meet foreigners because I know they visit India, mostly Red Fort or Taj Mahal. They visit these places. So I even spoke little bit with foreigners. At that time, I was a completely beginner. I just memorized certain like how are you, where are you from, those basic questions I could ask and the answered. So I talked to few people and I clicked some pictures as well with foreigners from California. And yes, the beauty of the Taj Mahal, even we can't express in our words. It is exceptionally beautiful,
Oh my God, you are
mesmerizing.
using
Yeah,
you are
right.
using extravagant words, ma'am. It's so beautiful to
Yeah.
hearing by your hearing by all these beautiful words. So how long have you been learning this language?
It's been around 3 years. I have been learning this language since 2022.
Wow, that's nice. That
Yeah.
and why do you want to learn this language? And what makes you to learn this language? Any reason that you want to learn this language? Maybe do you want to crack interview? Do you want to become an independent person?
Mm,
And because of that, you think that English is
mm,
English can use the opportunity.
Okay, that's a nice question. I had the dream to become fluent in English since my college days because I entirely started in a vernacular medium till my graduation. So when I would notice that many of my friends who would study in a English medium school, they could speak in English fluently and flawlessly in front of me, then I thought in my mind, if I could also talk like them, that would be amazing like that. That was the first reason, but I was not thinking that much. But there were certain reasons where I had to speak in English, but I couldn't because I completed a B.Ed. Okay, at that time we had to study in English medium. In all the subjects were in English. I didn't have any kind of option. And then at times our teacher asked us to speak in English, and I couldn't utter a single sentence in front of them. So that was so much embarrassing for me. And one day orientation program was there and we had to talk random topics. And I couldn't utter a single sentence in front of all the teachers and my fellow learners, like students, friends. So I didn't forget that time, that moment. And after becoming mother, now my children they study in English medium school. Again, I started facing the same problem. When I go to the school, when I see that the principal or the director of the school, she speaks in English, I always have the fear. It's better to stay away from them because if I have to speak in English with them, I can't. I already knew that. And one day, I went to the director of the school with my son, and she started talking to us in English. And I was like, I had butterflies in my stomach. I somehow managed to speak one or two sentences and I just ran away from there. But in that day, I decided that why can't I speak in English? It is just a language. If I can speak three languages, I can also learn English. And nowadays we have the smartphone. There are so many contents in English. I can speak Hindi fluently, but Hindi is my third language. Hindi is not our mother tongue. Only by watching TV, cartoons, serials, I have learned Hindi language. So if I can learn Hindi by watching contents, I can learn English as well. So on that day, I decided that one day I will become fluent in English and I will come to her and I will talk to her fluently and confidently. And after the words, I started learning English. And to be honest, I spoke to her many times.
Oh my God.
Initially, I was nervous. Initially, I was nervous. I don't want to lie because it happens to everyone. But I didn't stop myself.
Hmm.
I didn't stop myself even though I was making mistakes, even though I was nervous. And slowly and gradually, my journey has been going on like that way. Yeah. You want to ask anything
Yes,
meanwhile?
ma'am. Actually, it is something that, like, even if you are not a native speaker and you are not native speaker, that time it happens that it needs lots of courage to speak single word. If you know that you are
Yes.
not that too much confidence and you are not doing practice, even you are doing practice, so having face-to-face conversation makes us numb, and it
Yes.
we feel fear and we feel blue, and we think that maybe if I make mistakes, so that person will judge me. So, ma'am, why this happen?
Yes.
We have that. Why do we have that fear of making mistakes, and why we don't have courage to make mistakes?
Actually, I can say it happens since our childhood. Maybe we have been taught like that way. You should be perfect in this. You should be perfect in studies as well. And mostly, we have the fear of English. I can say two subjects. I had the fear, English and maths. I don't know about you. Like, I got to know, okay, maths is the difficult subject. English is the difficult subject because English is not our language. Mostly when students they study in a vernacular medium, then it becomes too much difficult. Even our teachers they didn't talk to us in English, so it became so difficult. And all the time, okay, you should be perfect, you should not make mistake and judgment. See, in our childhood or in our mother tongue, our children they also make mistake, but we don't laugh at them. But if someone tries to speak the foreign language, then people, mostly for the adult, people mock. They say, if you don't know how to speak in English, why are you speaking? Right? So that we have the emotion, right? We don't want to feel inferior in front of other people. That is the fear we have.
Yeah.
So
Interesting question
when
to ask you here, ma'am. Why people think that you are inferior? What makes them, you know, good, like to insulting people? It is not good to put someone down, that you are
yes,
speaking bad English, and it is not you that, and you are not doing any crime if you don't know the language.
yes,
It is the language. So somewhere because of judgment, people get scared of getting judged. People
yes, yes,
have fear of insult, and because of that, they don't speak English.
yes.
Do you believe in
They
it?
think that it,
Yeah,
yes, yes, they think that it's better not to speak rather than getting the insultation from the people. It's better to not to speak. But the thing is that again, as a mature person, we have to think, why should I think about other people? It's okay if they mock, but I know why do I want to learn this language. Even today, if I am not perfect, if I am making mistakes, without making mistakes, we can't learn anything at all. Not only any language, we can't learn any other skills as well, right?
yeah,
So it's okay. I need to know my why, my goal, my purpose. I know that I'm not showing off. I want to learn this language because I want to communicate with people. For example, in India, if I want to communicate with people from southern part, there are many people they don't know how to speak in Hindi, even though they don't understand as well.
yeah,
So we need one particular language through which we can communicate with people. It is not possible for me as well to learn all the languages because in India, I think we speak more than 120 or 30 languages, right?
yeah.
In every places we speak different languages. So it is not possible to learn all the languages. So if
Mhm,
there is a particular language we can learn, then it becomes easier to communicate with people,
mhm.
right? Apart
Yeah.
from that, even though if we don't want to say, why we are giving the importance to English language. Already it is there. I see everywhere. For example, from my children's school groups, whenever they send any message, they always write in English. Right now, in my B.Ed college where I studied, there
Yeah.
is a program, alumni association meeting is there in upcoming 28. All the messages are coming in English only. So,
Yeah.
and Britishers, they ruled us for 200 years.
Hmm.
And we have the impact. English is of an official language in India. So
But
it's not like that.
yeah,
Mhm.
but ma'am, don't you think that we are giving too much importance to English language, but we are forgetting our mother tongue? It is somewhere unfair with
See,
our mother tongue. So we should not do that. I believe that if you want
mhm,
to, walk with word, you should learn new languages. You should accept the change as well. But you should
mhm.
not forget your roots, where we comes
Yeah,
from.
obviously,
Yeah.
obviously. See, I love my mother tongue. I
Mm.
speak in my mother tongue. Not only
Yeah.
one language, I speak three languages as well, Hindi as well. Because right now, if I learn Russian or French, there will be no use of it. But see, if someone is able to speak in English, it doesn't mean that the person is higher in the society, or we should not think that the person is an intelligent person. But definitely, it is there that the person can communicate with people easily. If the person is working in a company, the person can get easily promotion in that company because he or she will be able to communicate with people from different countries. We can't deny the fact. It is a fact. So it's not like that we should think, okay, we should not learn our mother tongue, but anyhow, why? We must learn our mother tongue at first. But it's
Yes.
not like that, that if we love our mother tongue, we can't learn other languages. I love to learn different languages. So
Yeah.
it should not be like that.
So,
Yeah.
ma'am, why do we get stuck while speaking English with anyone? We know the grammar well, but still we don't know how to speak, and we get stuck middle of something, and we don't
Okay.
remember the exact word that we want to say. Why this
Okay.
happen with
I,
us?
wa- I want to ask you one thing. Do you get stuck when you speak in your mother tongue?
No, I don't get stuck in
No.
mother tongue.
So
Yeah,
what do you think that what is the reason behind it? Why don't you get stuck in your
because
mother
I don't
tongue?
translate. I only speak in
you
Marathi.
don't
That's
you
it.
don't
Yeah.
translate, you listen to Marathi language, you think in your mind in that Marathi language. Wherever you go, all the time you listen to that Marathi language since your childhood. Even it does not happen to you within 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. I see now. I even saw my children, and now I have two nephews, twin babies. They are around 2 years old. They make a lot of mistakes because they are learning the language now. They want to say something, they say something, right? So how we learned our mother tongue? By listening, by observing, then by speaking incorrect. So in
Mm-hmm.
English, if you are listening Marathi, then you are watching Marathi movies and speaking Marathi, how can you expect that
Hmm.
when you speak in English you will not get stuck? So
Yes.
only there is one way. If you want to speak English without getting stuck, you must consume English content.
Hmm.
You should be a good observer,
Yes.
how they use words,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to think in your mind in English. Again, if you think that, okay, why should I think in English because it is not my mother tongue, that means I'm giving importance to English. No, it's not like that. You already know your mother tongue is in your blood. My mother tongue is in my blood. It's not like that if I have learned English I'm going to forget my mother tongue. It will never ever happen. I will never forget my mother tongue. But now if I want to speak English fluently and confidently, then definitely I must put in some effort. I must think in my mind in English. I must listen to English content. Wherever I get the opportunity, I must speak in English. And after doing this kind of practice, definitely it will never happen.
I have interesting question to ask you here. If you don't have any
Hmm.
partner, So how we can practice? Because you don't
Okay.
have partners, so how you can practice your communication skills? So is there any way that you can
Okay.
practice your English alone? How do you practice as
Yes,
well? Yeah.
okay. So initially, I used to do that. I don't say that these days we don't have partners because there are so many platforms where we can talk to the people randomly as well. But initially, what I did, as I told you, that thinking is important. So I started thinking in my mind in English. That is also one kind of practice with ourselves we can do. And then after sending my children to the school, when there is no one, I start speaking with myself loudly because no one is there. I feel like that, okay, now I can talk anything. You will not believe when I stand in front of the mirror, I express myself what I am thinking right now, what I'm going to do the whole day, what I want to practice, what thoughts come in my mind, I try to express with myself. So that is the self practice we can do. Moreover, one good practice is that these days, as we have the smartphone, we can record ourselves. You can pick one simple topic and you can prepare as well, and just keep the mobile in front of you and speak. In this way, after recording the at least for 2 to 3 minutes, maximum 5 minutes, you don't need to record for a long period of time. Then you can evaluate that how did you speak. You can do one thing. At first, you can mute yourself, that video, and just observe how was your facial expression. Did you talk like a robot? Were you using your hand gestures, facial expression? And then again, you can unmute, don't focus on, you can just keep the mobile opposite way and just listen to it. How did you speak? How was your rhythm, intonation? And you yourself will be able to understand, oh, I did, I made mistake here, I was not speaking well. Then you can rectify that part again. This is the best way. If someone can does it every day for 2 to 3 minutes for 1 month, then the person will be able to see the drastic improvement in his or her spoken English. And then writing, then reading also one
I
kind of speaking, right?
I
Yeah,
love the method that you have mentioned right now, that you have shared right now, that you can observe how you are speaking, your intonation, right? So rhythm in
it
your
is
speech
important.
as well. It's play the important role. Even you are fluent speaker and you are speaking fast doesn't mean that you are speaking well, right? It doesn't mean that you are fluent if you are speaking fast. You act and
Yeah,
communication is different and speaking is different, right? So knowing the language,
yes,
it doesn't mean that you are speaking well, you have that communication skills. So we should work on the different criteria of spoken English as well, right? So I love that
right.
that you have mentioned right now, that you can mute yourself, and you can observe your body
Observe.
language, especially expression as well, and that matters a
Yeah.
lot. And even your voice intonation, like no one loves to listen to their own voice. Even we get bored of it and we be like,
Yes.
who I am listening to, I don't know, want to listen my own voice, right? So someone
It
else will
happens.
like your voice to listen, but you will not choose to listen to your own voice. it
Mm,
happens
it
it happens
happens.
many times with everyone, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Initially, it happens, but the only one way is that if
Mhm.
you listen yourself, then only you can rectify your own mistakes. At times, you
Yeah.
may not find anyone who can give you feedback, right?
So how do you give your
So,
feedback to yourself? What is the base method to rectify your own errors?
yeah, for example, if you want to rectify your grammatical errors, then you must have the knowledge about your grammar. Then only you can rectify that mistake. And when you observe people who are the good speakers, how do they speak? You can compare with them, with yourself, that how do they speak and how I'm speaking, how I spoke. So then you have to evaluate. If you see that, yes, I was smiling. Sometimes I feel that when I make short videos, sometimes if I don't smile, oh, I didn't smile. It was not good. It happens when we focus on thought process, when we focus on our sentences. At that time, sometimes you forget about facial expressions. So it cannot happen within a month or within 2 to 3 months. within short, it takes some time, but we can work on one by one. You can think, okay, now I want to work on my pronunciation. Now I want to work on my facial expression, body gesture. Now I want to work on my rhythm, or then grammar, like that way. We can't rectify all the mistake in one go.
Ma'am, I have
I'm
one beautiful question over here. If you are a beginner and if you are following all
okay.
these practices that you have just mentioned, right? So if
Mhm.
the beginner will not understand where he or she is making mistakes, so what is the basic
Yes.
practice for that person, for that beginner to know that they are making mistakes over here? How can they um, evaluate their own spoken English? Is there any way that they know that they are making mistakes at particular part, maybe grammar, maybe sentence structure, maybe tenses,
Hmm.
whatever it is? Yeah, best
See,
way to evaluate once.
for
Yeah.
mm, for the beginners, it will be difficult for evaluate themselves. At that time, these days, many people they are using AI as well, CV application. Although I don't use, but they can take the help. They can talk to them so that they can give the feedback. Apart from that, when it comes to me, I used to talk to one of my cousins and my relatives, my niece, nephew, because they're already good at English and they could give me the feedback initially, because I myself didn't know that I was making these grammatical errors, pronunciation errors. So I needed help from experts. After that, I took some help from some tutors as well.
So do
Then
you
I
believe
started.
that, yeah, so you believe that if you want to improve in this language, so you need expert who can correct you. But for those people who are connecting with beginners, maybe just intermediate people, and they are at the same level that it used to be, but they don't have anyone who can correct them. So it is a major problem for them that they don't have anyone who can correct them, right? Sometimes it happens that
Mm,
people intentionally do not give feedbacks because they think that they don't want to put someone down, right? Sometimes some people are
yes,
scared
yes.
and they,
Other person get offended as well
yeah,
sometimes.
offended.
I
Why you are
noticed
giving me
that.
feedback? So
Mm.
just I'm a
Mm.
special and all. So it depends if that person have that learning approach. If that person has that learning approach, so maybe people would love to correct them as well, right? So but
Yes.
we easily get offended these days.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
Hmm.
feedback plays a pivotal role if
Yes.
we
Yes.
want to improve
Hmm.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you may have seen
Hmm.
that many people they have been speaking English for many years, more than 2 years, 3 years, but they still make some basic grammatical errors. I'm not talking about the difficult one or complex one, but the thing is that if they don't even know that they're making mistake, it's not a correct thing as far as I am concerned. Initially it's okay, even though after knowing we make mistake, because our brain takes some time to grasp
Consume
all
that
the things in a
content.
correct way. But
Yeah. Yeah.
we must learn, because I have noticed that few things are there,
Hmm.
when we learn incorrectly it becomes daunting to unlearn that thing.
You should accept that I am making mistake. If you
Yes,
are aware
yes.
of it that you are making mistake and you are accepting it, then only you will
Mm,
work on it. Otherwise, you will not work on it. You think that okay, it is fine
yes.
with me. Everyone making mistakes and all. Why should not I? It
Mm,
is not my native language.
mm,
So we keep making the same mistake. So that
yes,
mindset will not help you to grow in this language. That's what I believe. So do you
yes.
believe in it?
That's
Yeah.
exactly. I have heard as well from different people. Why? It's okay if we make grammatical errors as well. For example, if someone says he don't know, you can easily understand, right?
He
That
doesn't know.
what
Yeah.
the person wants to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is incorrect. We can't say that he don't know. He doesn't know. But some people say it's okay if you are able to understand. Then I say, yeah, it's completely depend on you that what kind of speaker you want to become. If you are happy that you are making mistake, but you are able to express yourself, other person can understand you. It depends on you. But there are so many learners out there. They say that no, I want to speak correct English, even though it's not like that. We can't make mistake, but the mindset should be like that. It's okay if I am making mistake, but I should not make the same mistake again and again. So that is why we need feedback. And what I was doing, I'm telling you the truth, I was taking some classes from some expert. Meanwhile, I was practicing with my co-learners because practice is required. We need to practice hours and hours. Then only we can become fluent. So I was practicing with my co-learners so that I can practice my speaking. And I was taking the feedback from my guides, from my mentors, so that I can rectify my mistakes. Because my co-learners, they couldn't give me the feedback where I have to work on.
So, ma'am, that is amazing that you are always there, that you want feedbacks, you always welcome the feedbacks, and even I always ask feedbacks from people whom I can connect, and I feel good that I am getting feedbacks because I know that like if you are getting feedback, so then you will improve. Otherwise, you will not improve. You will stay at the same level, right? So,
Yes.
what inspired you to learn this language? Which is
Okay.
who is your motivation?
As, okay. Actually, as I already mentioned to you, the reasons why I wanted to learn this language, that I want to communicate with people. I was embarrassed in certain situation. That was also reason. Then my children, they study in English medium school. So I want to talk to them in English. I don't want them to struggle with this language. So I want to create the environment, and I have created the environment at my home. So my children now they're fluent. They will not feel like that they can speak four languages in this age.
Yeah. Can you
Okay.
please mention one word that is your favorite and that describe you right now?
About me, I say one thing about myself, that I am tenacious or determined. That means if I take a decision in a positive way that I want to achieve that, I can stick to that thing for a longer period of time. Until that time, I don't achieve it.
Yeah. So self-centered, there is one word is just coming and popping in my mind, self-centered. Woman must
Okay.
be a self-centered if she wants to become a successful in
Hmm.
her life. Yeah.
Okay.
So, ma'am, thank you
Hmm.
so much for joining
Hmm.
the session, and I am looking more session with you, and I believe that
Hmm.
learners have learned lots of things from this session. And yes, ma'am, do you want to say anything about this session?
Okay.
Yeah,
First of all, the pleasure is all mine, and thank you so much for inviting me, Dipali. I hope that this session will help you, your audience. And whatever the things I have experienced, I just share from my own experience. I feel and I want to motivate all the women that you should learn this language. And now it is not difficult because we have lots of platforms where we can practice with our co-learners. There are so many women, they sent me email, they want to learn from me, and I have been guiding women as well. And I feel so glad that they're so enthusiastic to learn this language. They also want to be independent because ultimately we need this language. It makes our career easier. So yes, I want to say to your audience that believe in yourself. Don't think what other people are gonna think about you if you make mistakes.
yeah,
Mistakes are the part of learning journey, but
yeah, ma'am.
always have that positive mindset
Mhm,
that wherever I get the opportunity, I'll speak this language. I
mhm,
will watch English content, and when I get the opportunity, I'll take the feedback so that I can grow.
mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Dipali,
Oh
again.
my God, thank you so much, ma'am. You have shared your insights, and I'm feeling great at connecting with you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day. Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, have a
Mhm.
great day ahead as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.